That was a night of the full moon, when the sky was as clear as a mirror, and the stars were twinkling. In this shining moonlight, a young man was meditating, sitting under a banyan tree, wearing a garland of skeletons around his neck, in a red circle. He was so engrossed in penance that he did not even realize a black snake passing by him. The murmuring of his mantras came to an end when an angel appeared before him.
You have been doing my penance for the last 3 months. I am pleased with your penance. Tell me, what do you want?
I want to be invincible and immortal.
Even God himself cannot make you immortal, so how can an angel like me give you this boon? But I give you this dagger and the power to become invisible. No one will be able to defeat you as long as this dagger is with you.
As soon as she disappeared, the dagger automatically reached the young man's hand, and his eyes lit up with red color.
The most powerful, the most fiercest. Hunter Odin. Hunter Odin.
Drusilla was still trying to somehow get out of the trap, but the severe electric shocks and the deep wounds on her body had weakened her a bit. The man shown in the previous part, who held Drusilla captive, began caressing her head as if a butcher was trying to please himself by caressing his prey before killing it. This man was none other than Hunter Odin, who was a fierce hunter as well as a seeker of an angel.
Now, why are you staring at my mouth while standing? Help me to throw it inside.
Odin and his remaining 4 men were putting it in the truck very carefully when Johnny jumped from above, ripped one of his men from the middle, and disappeared like a storm. Hunter Odin was also a bit stunned to see this, because he had not thought, even in his dreams, that he would face 2 dreaded creatures today. However, he regained consciousness and ordered his men.
Everyone look at the trees. He will attack from above. If any sound comes, fry the Morin with bullets without thinking.
All the hunters were standing a few steps away from each other, pointing their guns towards the trees, when a hunter heard the sound of someone walking on the dry leaves behind him. The hunter fired in the direction of the sound, due to which Johnny fell to the ground with a thud. Thinking that Johnny was dead, as soon as the hunter reached near him to drag his dead body, he was shocked to see Johnny smiling on the ground. Before he could warn his comrades, Johnny cut him on the neck, drank a drop of his blood, severed his head, and threw it towards Odin and the rest of his men. Seeing the head of their comrade, the rest of Odin's men also ran away. Odin started feeling a little uneasy now without his men. He could not understand how he would face such an elusive creature. But he did not let this wrinkle of uneasiness come on her forehead, and called out to Johnny with all his might in his voice.
What do you think? I will be scared of this childish antics of yours. If you want the welfare of your friend, then come out unarmed. Otherwise, she will be in danger.
Johnny was forced by the circumstances, but still, he thought of an idea. And after some time, he bowed his eyes and stood in front of the Hunter Odin. Hunter Odin took out a black handcuff from his pocket and threw it in front of him and said,
"Take this, sit on your knees, and tie your hands to it."
Johnny was on his knees, but before he could handcuff himself, he distracted Odin by blowing dust with his right hand and jumped on him to grab his neck. But Hunter Odin also did not use raw bullets. Despite his eyes being closed, he caught Johnny's both hands, even before they could reach his neck, in response to which Johnny hit his head on his head, due to which Hunter's forehead was covered in blood.
Why, son, have you come to your senses now?
Hunter looked at Johnny for a moment, and without saying anything just started laughing out loud.
Before death, a man often starts acting like such a madman.
Hearing this, Hunter's laughter disappeared from his lips, and he chanted a mantra while bubbling in anger, and disappeared from Johnny's eyes as soon as he saw it. Johnny, who was still in control of the situation, looked worried as the hunter disappeared. When Johnny turned his eyes around, he could not see anything far and wide. Before that, he understood something. Odin, the invisible hunter, held his left leg, took him off the dirt road to the jungle to save his life. Johnny started digging his nails into the ground and kept kicking his other leg till the person who was dragging him lost his grip. As soon as he released the grip, Johnny ran senselessly, and after running wildly for some time, hid behind a big tree. Odin, the hunter, who was now standing on a royal pointed artery, whistled and mocked Johnny.
"What happened, child? You were about to blow my mind. Where are you now?"
Johnny was hiding in a corner. Being a vampire, he used to hear even the slightest sound very loudly. After waiting for some time, when he did not hear a single sound, then the danger was averted, and he slowly crawled out of the forest, walked towards the raw road. He had just been crawling for a few moments, when suddenly he heard the sound of someone stepping on dry leaves behind him. When he looked back, there was no one there. But as soon as he turned forward, he was hit in the face with a dagger. Johnny was now lying on the ground, moaning in pain. His face was full of blood.
Hunter Odin licked Johnny's blood with his dagger and said, crushing his chest,
"Are you thinking that you are a vampire, and such minor wounds heal in a moment, but it will not heal? I got the dagger from Angel's boon. It can skin male vampires like you."
After finishing his talk, he handcuffed Johnny's hands and drags him to the place where he had tied up Drusilla.
tossing the injured Johnny beside her. Odin goes to look for something in the truck.
Seeing this condition of Johnny, Drusilla became emotional and started fluttering his hands and feet imprisoned in the trap.
Let it be. The more you panic, the more trouble will increase for you.
Let me be free from this grip just once. Then for this condition of both of us, I will punish him, which he will never forget.
It is impossible. He has got such a dagger from Angel's boon, which has made my face look like this. Oh, why didn't I think of this before? Natalia, listen, look at me. As soon as that hunter comes, you have to distract his attention.
What are you going to do with Johnny?
I'm going to get both of us out of here safely.
Johnny said this much, and he dislocated his thumb to release his hand from the handcuffs. And as soon as his left hand was free, he quietly made his way towards the truck to snatch the dagger from the hunter. As soon as Johnny reached near the open door of the truck, he could hear the voice of the hunter talking from inside, who was obviously calling for help. Johnny saw this right opportunity and immediately jumped inside the truck, taking away the hunter's dagger. He scratched his neck with his fingernail. With no way out, Hunter muttered the same lines back and then disappeared. At last, Johnny had won over a very dreaded and powerful enemy. Johnny came out of the truck carrying a dagger and cut Drusilla's net and pulled her out. Drusilla was badly injured, so Johnny carried her up. Johnny and Drusilla was slowly moving towards the mansion when suddenly Johnny started gasping for breath, and blood started gushing out of his chest, which turned his shirt bright red. Odin, the hunter who was forced to flee by Johnny's paw, returned once again and thrust a pointed branch across Johnny's chest. If this was not enough, he chanted a lines, due to which Johnny's soul came out of his body and was imprisoned in Odin's bottle.
Today I am taking him. Very soon I will return for you too. After all, it is because of the sacrifice of both of your souls from which my immortality is written.
Giving this warning, Hunter Odin disappeared from that forest forever and left behind only Johnny's dead body, seeing which Drusilla was just crying.